Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the panelists today. I'm a farmer from California. I'm taking on more debt than I had last year. Not digging out, digging in. And I hear from many of my good friends, long-term farm families around the Modesto, California area in the central San Joaquin Valley, as well as banks, that we have a crisis at hand. I mean, I was not offended that we're talking about soybeans and cotton and corn today, because move the numbers around, move the words around, move the crops around. It's the same story. In fact, Mr. Hotchkiss touched on almonds in his testimony. So we have a banking crisis, and we got the Consumer Protection Financial Protection Bureau ratcheting down lending standards, ratcheting down bank flexibility at a time when we can least afford it. So I stand with all of the thoughts today and comments on giving some banks flexibility. But at the end of the day, if a bank is lending to customers who are losing money and can't show a path towards making money, banking standards aren't really the solution. Markets and prices are what we have to look at. So I'd like to use an example for almonds right now. This year, in 2023, this last year, Australia exported 55,000 tons of almonds to China. That's up from 3,330 tons in 2018. As our trade wars took place. China has a 0% tariff going in. Australia has a 0% tariff exporting almonds into China. We have a 25% retaliatory ag tariff alone exporting almonds into China. Our retaliatory agricultural tariffs against American exports, I believe, are the main driver of our farm surpluses and our low prices here in America. In 2019, we put through a market facilitation program out of the Commodity Credit Corporation that was a $23 billion program. It'd be over $30 billion today with inflation to stabilize ag markets. But it didn't target exporters. It gave money to all the farmers. So what do all farmers do when they have more of the government's money, their own money, or your money? We planted more crops. We didn't incentivize exports. So if we were to put together a proposal I've put forth to the Secretary of Agriculture, which is within his authority, I call it the Market Facilitation Retaliatory Ag Tariff Supplement, MFRATS. For about $6 to $7 billion a year, we could offset entirely the retaliatory ag tariffs imposed by our trading partners since 2018 on an annual basis. This would be cheap compared to the ag lending crisis that we're facing, which will well go into the hundreds of billions of dollars if we start to have a cascading of land values and foreclosures in the next year, which is here. And the Farm Bill will not be passed in time to rescue this. I'm sorry to say, it's a great bill. The chairman did a great job. We passed a great bill. It's not going to come to save us in time. It just isn't. So I'm looking for support for the MFRATS, Market Facilitation Retaliatory Ag Tariff Supplement. And let's make no question about this. We're taking the gloves off. We can't attribute the trade wars we're in to one president. We've got a president currently who wants to put retaliatory or tariffs on every Chinese electric vehicle sent to America. These trade wars aren't going anywhere. We won a 5-year lawsuit in the World Trade Organization against China's retaliatory ag tariffs this year, and it has made no difference in their policy discriminating against American agricultural production. So I'll leave it to the panel. I'll open it up. I've got almost a minute left. Who's with me? Do we go down this road?